let's talk about my unpublished patterns, because there is an amount of them. Normally, when I design, I like to just knit or crochet the thing and write down the notes physically, like in a notebook, write down the notes to what I'm making. And as I'm doing that, at times it becomes apparent that I don't want to publish a pattern. But most of the time, when I'm making something, I'm like, okay, yes, this would be something I'd want to repeat, or I'd want to write up the pattern and sell. And after after I do that process of like making the thing, sharing pictures of it online, and doing my physical written notes, I add that pattern to my super nerdy Notion document that is basically the list of all my patterns I've ever written. Whether it's for things, I usually put things in it that I know I want to either repeat or publish. So it's not all of my patterns, but it's a lot of them. So in that Notion document, I decided recently that I was going to take a look and see how many patterns I had that were unpublished so far. And there are 7. Yes, there are 7 that I feel that I would like to publish. There are 1 or 2 that I'm still on the fence about, but these 7 for sure I want to have out in the world as patterns. While I was thinking about that, I was like, most of these patterns that I want to publish are very gift friendly. And I know it's high summer still in the Northern Hemisphere. I know it's the hottest time of the year, but the gifting season is coming up, and if I want to have any of these patterns published and ready for people to make into gifts for other people, I need to get on that now. So I've decided that my challenge for myself, amidst my stash busting challenge, is that I'm going to have 3 of these patterns typed up and at least to testers, if not fully ready to publish in Q3. Now, that sounds like a tall order. Well, maybe it just sounds like a tall order to me, but I really feel like it's doable because a lot of these are fun, smaller patterns that I feel confident will be easy to write up, have tested, and get out into the world. So right now we're looking at the pasty purse, crocheted. It's kind of like a little clutch. It's very cute. Gooseberry socks and gooseberry hat. Those are both knit. Tiny sturgeon, which is a fish, with an optional Santa hat, knit. The adventure squirrel, which is a crochet pattern. Super cute. Tiny hammerhead shark that I knit. And the crocheted tortellini purse with the option for a possible knit version of that. I have not knit a version, I've only crocheted it, but mathematically I feel like I could translate that one very easily into knit. We'll see if I actually do that, if there's interest amongst my testers. So I put that post out and into the Discord that all my fun little community pals are in, here, the CouleeCraft Club, and I let folks vote, and by and large, the tortellini purse was the most votes for potentially testing or having interest in testing. So that will probably be the one that gets done first. Don't hold me to that. Please don't. We'll see what happens. But that's probably going to be the one that gets done first. So I am really excited to go through this backlog I have of unpublished patterns, because really they're just sitting there, and they could be out in the world being made by wonderful viewers like you, having fun making tiny sturgeons with optional Santa hats to hang on your Christmas tree, anything like that. That's where I'm at mentally. Q3, I have also picked my goals for stash busting. One of those, I'm a little cheeky. I wrote down a goal that I sort of already achieved. I wanted to give away a bunch, go through my whole stash of fabric and my whole stash of yarn, like all of it, even the stuff from the basement. I wanted to go through all that and donate stuff that I wasn't going to use and be very real with myself about it. I did that, and I donated them to our, like all the craft supplies, to our local library because they're doing a summer craft swap, which was very cute and fun. They have like a table set up and you can take some supplies, leave some supplies. And I asked, because I didn't want to like overwhelm them, I was like, I have an enormous box of craft supplies to donate. Is that cool? I'm like, if not, that's fine. I will take it to Goodwill or something. But I thought I'd ask here first. And they were like, no, that's great, bring it. And so I brought the box in and they were like, awesome, we'll just take like little bits out of it here and there and like intersperse it in. They're like, do you want anything from the table? And I was like, girl, no. This is about me trying to destash. But I did peruse and look at a couple of different things there that had caught my eye. There was a cute like little novelty set of buttons that were 2 bowls of cherries that were like the early 2000s Mary Engelbrett type vibes. We'll see if there's video magic here. If there's not, don't judge me, but I'll try to find something similar to show you, maybe. That one I kind of liked, and I was like, I'm a sucker for novelty buttons. Like, come on, they're so cute. They're so stupid cute. Not that I have a project in mind for them, but I thought that would be the thing I would grab. Now, I did not grab it that day. If I go back and it's still there, that'll be a sign. I'll take those buttons. Other news, other fun stuff. Oh, besides the goals, right, of the stash busting for the quarter, my other goals, besides destashing, which I've already done, yay me, I also have the goal that I want to spin 2 full skeins, so that's spun, plied, soaked, dried, by the end of quarter 3, so that they're all finished and like knit ready whenever I get to knitting with all my hand spun. And last night I started that. I decided I was going to pull out some mother of pearl fibers, had a whole bunch to choose from, and I ended up going with the 2 little tiny bumps that you see in this photo, the blue and the electric green. They are Rambouillet and BFL respectively. The blue is Rambouillet and the green is BFL. And I started spinning last night. Now there's not a ton of fiber in each of those little bumps, so it wasn't difficult to make some great progress before I went on to my other evening activities. And it was fun. It was a fun spin. Like you can see here how the blues are looking together, just very oceanic. I'm excited to ply that with the green. I think it's gonna look real summery, like very blue sky, green grass. And I'm excited about that. Other projects, I have an art trade with a dear friend, and as I was sorting my stash, I pulled out the yarn for that. So that is sitting out, ready to cast on. I do need to do some math, which was holding me up. I've made this top before. It's going to be the diamond lace top that is by Mother of Pearl. Love this pattern. I have made it now. This will be the 3rd one. And I know there's going to be a 4th one because my mini is like, I also need one. So love that pattern. It's great. It's a wonderful summer top. I wear mine all the time. Not today, but all the time. And it's just comfy. It's nice. It's lacy. It's cotton. I'm going to be making this version also out of cotton in this like lovely forest green color that my pal picked out. So I'm excited. That's going to be really fun to work on, especially like when you're making something for someone who's actually knit worthy, it just hits different, you know, like, you know, they're going to cherish it, you know, they're going to take care of it, and they're going to feel the love in every stitch. And that just hits so different than just like making a thing for somebody who may not love it the same way. Sweater update, cardigan update rather. We are up to 13 squares for the heirloom quilt cardigan by Katrin Seeberger. I love how these colors are picking up. These are very true to life. This is weirdly good lighting in here. Gorgeous combos. If you missed the last episode, I did show off the color combo I had picked out. I have 6 colors, so I'm going to be making, I need 36 squares, so I'm going to be making 1 square in each of the possible color combos, because 6 yarns needing 2 colors per square, you have 30 color combos. That's math I already did. So you have 30 squares, and then I'm going to pick my favorite combos, my 6 favorite combos, and I'm going to make duplicates. And I have also kind of started doing the math to figure out vague placement of how it will go and how it will look, because I don't really want, like, on the front, like here, for there to be a duplicate of the same color square here. So I'm trying to figure out how to place, like, obviously, like, the duplicates will just go on the back, right? That's not that hard to figure out, Carolyn. But in my mind, I've been thinking about how I want to place stuff. So this is very fun. Oh, people are walking by and watching me in the window talk about yarn. That's right, yarn's fun. So these 6 colors have been so fun to work with, and it's fun to see how different the combos look. I have a little chart in my notebook, and I am going through the background colors and like doing, I initially, when I started, I was like rolling the dice to choose combos and like just picking ones or having my kids pick ones at random. But now I've decided I want to just work through all the background colors and all the possible matches with those, just kind of like in an order. Because otherwise I felt like I was going to forget a combo and then I was going to be sad. And I also like seeing the progress of, like, now I have this fat stack of 5 squares that all have the brown background. The brown is Round Barn Farm. I have to hold it double because it's a fingering weight. It is lovely. I have a lot more skeins of this, and I'm really hoping that I could sneak out another sweater of it someday. Not today. Not today. Look at that green with that. That's so yummy. So fun. This blue just like makes me so happy. I have enough of that blue left. I think I'm gonna make it one of the sleeves. If not, also like a button band or the bottom ribbing. I want it to be in like the body of the sweater because I really love this electric blue and this electric neon citrine kind of color here. So yes, 13-ish squares done. I need to block them, and I'm thinking I need to figure that out sooner rather than later, because my plan for blocking is that I'm going to get a board and then measure out the measurements, that the dimensions I have to block to, and I'm gonna just do that as I go, like with, you know, the nails in the corners to stretch it out, and then probably some pins tacking the sides up. I'm stretching it on the table. You can totally see it. It's harder to do in the air. I want to get it blocked so that once all the squares are done, I don't have to block 36 of them, because I don't think I'm going to have room to do 36 at a time. So it would be a process to then be like, now I'm done knitting. Now I have to block everything and wait. So if I'm doing it kind of, because I'm a good girl, I'm weaving in my ends as I go. I don't mind weaving in ends as I go. I don't want to put it off till the end. And I don't really hate weaving in ends. It makes me feel really good when they're all woved. No shade to anyone who hates it or who stresses about doing it. I just don't mind it. I like it. I like weaving in ends. You can't send me your ends to weave in. I like weaving in my ends. Let me be specific. Other cool things, there are 2 of my yet unpublished patterns that I didn't even mention today that have been picked up by publications, and they're going to be coming out in a couple of months, both of them. One, I actually don't know the dates for either. I think they're both in October, but I don't know the dates. But I'm really excited about that because it's the first time that I've worked with either of these publishing organizations. So it's really, really neat to like learn the process and get my stuff ready to be sent off for testing and like, you know, write the pattern up, have it tech edited by somebody who's not me. Like, that's been really cool to see that side of the process. And I'm just excited to see how they're received by an audience that's different than the audience I've cultivated. Because both places that the patterns are going, they're going to two separate places. Both places are, I wouldn't say they're not my audience, right? Because my audience is people who can knit, crochet, care about crafts, that sort of thing. But it's a little bit different. Like, the vibe is a bit different than what I would cultivate for my audience. Not that that sounded really judgmental. No, it's just different. So I'm excited to see what those audiences think of my work and how it's received within those publication kind of spheres. So that's fun. That's fun and exciting. That's neat. That's happening. I've just been chipping away slowly at this sweater project, kind of patoodling around with a couple of other designs I have in my head, just thinking, not actively making. I am really, really excited though about getting these patterns that I have written up. I've done all the work, right? Like, of making the thing and writing the pattern. Now it's time to do the next phase of work of typing the thing, having it tested, and getting it out into the world. As always, the Discord, the CouleeCraft Discord, is free to join. Would love to see you there. There's a link down below. Get in there. We have a ton of fun. Very, very chill, friendly group of new fans for you, teammates, cheerleaders who are going to cheer you on in your stash busting or project making or whatever-ing goals. And I would love to see you there. It would be so, so, so fun. So drop in, say hi, head over to Patreon, get connected there too, because anybody who's a paid member of Patreon is going to get access to my untested patterns as soon as they're written up. So how this process works, if you are subscribed on Patreon, you get access to whatever patterns are typed but not done testing. So as I'm typing these up, this slew of unpublished patterns, I'm going to also be posting them to paid members on Patreon. As soon as the pattern is finished, finalized, it gets removed from Patreon. So it's this window of exclusivity that you get to access my untested, possibly typo-ridden patterns. You're not a tester. You don't have to tell me feedback. You can just knit, crochet, hope for the best, have fun. But you get it before anyone else. Oftentimes, my patterns don't have a ton of mistakes that would keep you from completing the object. Sometimes it's more just like syntax, which is why testing is so important, to make sure everybody understands things. But it's a fun perk. If you become a paid member, you can have those untested patterns from the time that they are finished being typed to the time that they are published in their final form. Paid members also get discounts to my patterns, which is fun and special. But anyone can join the community on Discord. Anyone can jump in and do Stash Bust Challenge with us at any time. No, there's no rules. Just come on in, tell us what your goals are, and let us cheer you on. I am so excited to see what you're making. Tell me in a comment what you're working on, or jump in the Discord. And until next time, stay crafty.